Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy back again with a new video. I hope you guys enjoy. Shout out to everyone that tuned into Hold the Balls live stream on the weekend where me and him were talking about general chat and footy and all that sort of stuff. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I appreciate all the new subscribers that have come to my channel because of that. Thank you so much, man. And also, quick shout out, did anyone watch the fights over the weekend? Because they were fucking amazing. So Elliot Compton got a first round knockout of his opponent, and Junior Tuffer got a first round knockout on his opponent too, and both amazing performances, and a lot of the base athletes that we had out there really performed. So again, you know, my whole thing on this channel is I'm still, like, you know, obviously working full-time 9 to 5 every month, Monday to Friday. Well, I work afternoon shift anyway, and then later on I want to branch out to all different sports. So I just find it really easy to talk about footy. It's something I've watched for years and years, and being an Aussie boy, it's something to connect with my Aussie fellow Aussie community. And then I want to branch out and show you my my NBA knowledge, my soccer knowledge, my NFL knowledge, like all that sort of stuff. So I'll be playing probably NFL fantasies, NBA fantasies, all that sort of stuff, because I find it's kind of the easiest way for me to talk NBA and all that sort of stuff at the moment without you guys not knowing me and this and that. So either way, hope you guys enjoy the channel. If you enjoy any sort of content, or you just enjoy me in general, like and subscribe down below. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. It's a quick weekend of footy, a couple of crazy scores that come out of it, and then I'll show you how my team performed. Let's go. First game on your Thursday, we had the Sharks beating the Storm 28-6 in a crazy matchup. I've never seen the Storm's forwards be held back the way they did, and broken around the edges and stuff. So the Sharks just played an amazing game plan for a very understrength Storm squad. Not too understrength. They still had Jerome Hughes and all that sort of stuff, but the Sharks played amazing. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Jesse Ramian with 76, Brayley with 66, Brendan Smith getting up there with 61. On Friday, we had the Rabbits beating the Knights 40-28 in a crazy back and forth affair. Man, if you started watching this game, I had training and then I started tuning in. I think the Rabbits just scored to get it like 6-0. And the next minute, the Knights score a couple of tries after looking like they were getting put on the back foot. Shout out to the way Anthony Milford's playing at the moment. His kicking game has been really, really nice, and his passing has been really, really slick. So I haven't seen the running Anthony Milford too much, but you know, he's doing all the playmaking roles right. But really, when it comes down to it, this game really showcased Cody Walker's getting back into form, and Latrell Mitchell is really just breathing new air into this team. So good on them for getting back into it. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Mitch Barnett with 74, we had Cody Walker with 69, Latrell Mitchell with 61, and a quick shout out to David Clemmer, who's been a beast this season, for 61. Next game, we had the Eels beating the Tigers 28-20. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Mitchell Moses with 79, Patpali'i with 67, Joe Offahangawi with 51. And last game of the weekend, we had the Broncos beating the Dragons 32-18 in a crazy matchup. I've kind of predicted the Broncos would get beaten this one because of the amount of outs that they had. And even though they had Reynolds back and Mam and all that sort of stuff, I still thought that the Dragons would just have enough strength around the park to get it done the way they looked the last couple of weeks. But they really just didn't show up too well, the Dragons. Like, it was back and forth for a little bit there. And then the Broncos just blew it out at the end. So it's just showing the class of the Broncos of where they're at the moment. They're coming back as a football squad. So good on them, to be honest. So top 3 fantasy performers, we had the big man Blake Laurie getting up there for fantasy, 63 points. We had Jackie Bird, 62. And we had Kobe Hetherington, 60. So as you know, most of the time when we got bye weekends the way we have, like round 17, usually it'll be a bye round for our head-to-heads and stuff, depending on what league you're playing on. Yellowstone League, we don't have any bye rounds with it. So I end up winning that game 390-365, even with a couple of low performances. You know, I'm pretty proud of that, to be honest. A couple of outs as well, which could have boosted us up to around the 400-500 mark. So other than that, we're sitting really nicely in the game league at 3rd. So it's going to be a nice run to the season. And all the open leagues. So we got we're 1st in our casual fantasy league. We're 11th in the YouTube league, if you want to check out those boys. Huncho got dropped for his top spot, which is crazy because old Natho, he's been killing it for weeks now. So shout out to all these boys killing it at the top. YTB, Big P and Sam, Big Sammy. He's got a really nice team put together, and hopefully he makes a good run towards the end of the season. All right, and lastly, we'll go through my squad and how we looked over the weekend and a couple of talking points. So first of all, for 390, as I said before, Overall rank, we're at 19,000. So it slowly moved up this round. It didn't really hit it as hard as we kind of wanted to, but there wasn't too many players out there that I wanted to put in my squad and keep in my squad towards the end of the season. There's a couple of players I did bring in, but I'm looking at maybe pushing them out anyway. So I didn't want to really ruin my trades for the end of the season the way it is. Most of my trades for the end of the season are going to be towards guns. So this is where you kind of want to end the season to fill your team full of like the best players that you can get. Again, I'm not professional at this at all. I just have fun. Like, as I said, with the Hold the Ball live stream and that, mainly this is the easiest way for me to talk footy, and I enjoy it a lot. All right, so Ryan Pappenhausen, I put the captain on him thinking that he was going to have a blinder after those like 5 minutes of last week where I saw just, man, Puppy being Puppy. He did get injured in this game. He hobbled along for the rest of the game. I'm not too sure what the extent is in that. I haven't checked the injury list and stuff, so I will be doing that later on. Hopefully it's not too bad because we've only just traded for him. And the way he can score is pretty high. So I think he got a 28 overall. And then with the captain end up being 56. So definitely a downer, but it is what it is. This is what happens in fantasy. You can't really predict the game as in injuries and stuff. You can only just predict of what you can see in front. So unfortunately, no Nico Hines because of COVID. I'm sure he would have been really, really nice for us. He was my thought of the captain before he got pulled out, and then I put Papi as captain. So I kind of wish I put Papali'i as captain, but you'll see that later on. Penasini coming with his second week low score. I'm not too sure what to read off that. Maybe he does look at moving out of the squad, but he's been really nice for us for most of the season. And I think the Eels should be making a run towards the finals to try and make it that top 4 spot before they get into the final series, so they have the best opportunity to get into a really nice spot for the semis and all that sort of stuff. So we'll have to see how he goes. Maybe I'll watch him for one more week and then we'll predict off that. We still got 71k in our salary cap that we could play with. So yeah, we'll keep looking around. Other players to play, we had Isaac Papali'i with 67. He would have been definite, like a massive captain if anyone put him as captain this week. Probably would have been a smarter pick, but I went the risky route with Pappenhausen and it didn't pay off. And a lot of time it doesn't, but sometimes it does. So this is the game, man. It's all game. It's all fun. So Cam McGuinness with 53. He had a cracking game in this one. All cut up like he always is. He's just a workhorse, that guy. So shout out to Cam McGuinness. Reed Marnie with 47. He had a decent game in this one. As we all know with Reed Marnie, he's going to stick around this 40, 47 mark for fantasy, 50s, like all that sort of stuff. He can get an 80 every so often, but yeah, this is where I sit him at basically with a try and all that. I think he's a good performer either way. So on our bench, Brendan Smith has performed with these bye rounds and all that sort of stuff. The last 2 rounds, he's gone over 50. So I like that out of him. He'll just raise his cash to a decent amount. Will Kennedy with 36. I kind of knew this will come with him. More so wanted a player that will like score 30s and up and fill a spot. And maybe he might raise some cash a little bit later on. But he's in a good system, so that's why I kind of go off. Like Nico was playing, he probably would have been put in a lot better positions to end up scoring really nicely in fantasy. Fanua Bolo, 35, coming off his 43 week, so maybe he'll raise a decent amount of cash there as well. So definitely watch out for that cash rise. And Wishart only getting 16. That Melbourne Storm team just got run over the top of, and he got placed in all different spots. So many injuries in that game, so can't really hold that against him. So running in the next week, obviously we got like Teddy comes back hopefully off Origin. Nico, we got a lot of Origin players. There is chat that a lot of the Panthers players might not play that played Origin, like Nathan Cleary and that. Hopefully that's not true, but if it is, we got Jake Avarillo to fill in that spot. Other than that, I think our team performed pretty decently overall. There was a couple of low marks, obviously Penasini and Pappenhausen, and maybe Wishart, but it is what it is. This is what happens in round 17. And we'll keep building to the end of the season. So again, guys, if you enjoy all this sort of content and that, do like and subscribe. Comment down below what you like about all this sort of stuff. I do want to build to do a little bit more other NBA fantasy, all that sort of stuff. So that will come towards the NBA season and the NFL season, which is coming up very shortly. EPL comes out soon, so I'll do an EPL fantasy and talk about EPL as well. So get excited for all that. But yeah, guys, if you enjoy, like and subscribe. Peace out.